So how do you determine where your plant's going to be planted?
Alright, so forest gardens are generally uh, maximizing sun usage by collecting sun on 3 tiers. So you've got the low layer, which is the strawberries, which are pretty densely everywhere on the understory. The mediums, which are berries and nitrogen fixers, like that's a currant. We've got alders over here, and then we've got 3 different sizes of fruit trees: small, medium, and large. The biggest one is in the center. It's a pecan. Should be about 120 feet when it's mature. And then all the corners have the medium to larges: apples, chestnuts, nut pines, and then between them are the very small ones like dwarf cherries, dwarf nectarines. And we've got it so that the strawberries will thrive first, then the bushes, then the small trees, then the mediums, then the large, so that as one tree passes its best phase of productivity, the next one will
Do you have
follow.
a time frame that everything will mature?
This pecan will probably give us pecans when it's 8 years old. Well, 8 years older. So that will be quite a while, but like that nectarine has nectarines on
What's
it.
this mat going to do?
Okay, so these are the main walking paths and the wheelbarrow paths. So in order to make sure that we can really maintain the gardens well, we have to keep those paths weed free. And we dug the paths down to give the plants excessive drainage, but then that water will flood into our paths. So we use this to keep the weeds down and the gravel to be up above the water drainage.
How long have you been working on the project?
We got the property April 1st, and then probably started working the land by May, and now it's mid-July. Forest garden planted, veggies planted.
So you're just putting the fabric into there?
Same thing.
Yep.
Basically, as he just said. Just staking it down, making sure it's nice and tight. So when we get the rocks on here, it's not going everywhere, and we can kind of leave it like this until we have all the rocks set up.
And this is like a filter, right? The water can drain through this.
Yeah, it's landscape fabric. So it provides drainage underneath as well, keeps all the weeds down, and should work well.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Well, I'm digging this bottom soil up so we can backfill this with some other composted grass soil, and then building an herb pile around it, which is just a little permaculture technique that creates lots of different microclimates for lots of different plants to thrive, while looking really nice in the garden.
Purpose of planting this way?
So that it's self-maintaining to a large degree. It's creating an ecological garden that imitates natural ecosystems in the sense that it has different layers of plantings, everything that you might find in a forest too. And what that type of biodiversity and strength does is it creates a healthy, renewing soil.
Do you use any chemicals?
No. All of the fertilizers we've used have been organic, and any insect sprays that we have used so far have also been organic, and we stopped using them since because we have bees coming.
That's corn, squash, and peas or beans or some kind of climbing nitrogen fixer. The idea is that the corn grows tall, while the squash likes to stay a bit lower and spread out, and the peas would climb the corn and fix nitrogen for the soil, and corn needs a lot of nitrogen, so that's a particularly beneficial interaction.
The one thing that I've learned from everyone at Revive the Roots, as I have done this interview, is that as we enrich the soil, we cannot help but enrich our lives, our health, and our future. It is because of this lesson that I look forward to going back and eating these tasty fruits and vegetables as I do more interviews with everyone at Revive the Roots.